Hello guys, my name is Vinci, and today I will be talking about the major, or more specifically, um, the first round of the major. That's Krakow. Okay, I meant to come here. Um, so the first round of the major, the challenger stage. I'm so bad with the names. Like at first I thought that the legend stage was the legend teams are the 8 teams that make the quarter, so the legend stage should be the quarter. It's so confusing. Basically, the what was before the major qualifier, I'm gonna be talking about that now. Cool. Um, just so it's clear how I'm looking at the matches, the format, to make it clear to you. Uh, we've got Cloud9 versus NV, Flipside versus Misfits, G2 versus Flash, NaVi Quantum, Mouse Porter Vanguard, Sprout Space Soldiers, FaZe Liquid, and Vega Renegades. And I'm gonna go through the matchups now. So let me just do this so it's easier to keep track of everything. I'm going to just highlight the winners so I can talk about who's going to be playing who in the next round and so on. But that's later. So for now, we've got Cloud9 versus Envy as the first match. Actually, I don't. It won't be the first match. Like the order is unclear. Yeah, I don't think they've announced it. But one of the matches is Cloud9 Envy, and Cloud9 is a strong team. I can see them making it 3-1 or 3-2. Um, I think they'll make it into the major. They are one of the stronger teams in this in the qualifier. Um, so Envy are on the fence for me. They are either barely gonna make it in or barely gonna make it out. Make it in or go out. I mean, um, and in this matchup, I'm just gonna go with the better team. I think Cloud9 is the better team. I will give them the win here in the first matchup. Uh, though I wouldn't be surprised when we do. The match will be close in my opinion. So yeah. The next match is Flipside versus Misfits. Flipside are not looking that strong. I don't think they've played many tournaments without C's. Let's check actually the tournaments they played in. Um, let's go to HOTV. Um, let's see. Flipside. I don't think they've played in many tournaments. Let's see. Let's go to statistics. And then check the tournaments event history. That's it. So, oh, they played in Mountain Dew League. I think that's completely online. Um, let's see. Uh, they played in some in like qualifier, so that's probably off. Oh yeah, that was the DreamHack Open Winter qualifier. So yeah, that was pretty old. So yeah, I don't think they've played any LAN tournaments. So oh, I can just do that. Oh, that was a LAN tournament, but that was what date was that? What the fuck? Oh, this is 26. 25 is down here. So I think they haven't played any tournament with Seized. Okay. So yeah, I can't really talk about a team that I haven't seen much of, but I really doubt that they will be that good. So um Seized is a decent player, but he was in a bad form when he left Navi. Um and Misfits, I have them coming in as a dark horse. I think Misfits will make it out. I think they'll barely make it out. Um, make it in, I guess. Like, out in, like, so annoying. English is so annoying. Like, it's also with up and down as well. That's like, I'm going off on a tangent, but like, like, if someone asks you, yo, you want to go McDonald's today, like, you can say, I'm down, or I'm up for that, I'm down for that. Sound like, pet peeves, man. Um, but yeah, okay. So Misfits will make it into the major in my opinion, 3-2, I believe. but I'll talk about that in detail later. But I think Misfits have this matchup. They played really well in the minor, uh, which they got out of first place, I want to say, or did they? Huh. It may have been Liquid at first place. Anyways, I think Misfits will take the matchup here. Now we have G2 and I've got some hair that's in my G2 and Flash. I think G2 will win this one easily. Flash are not that good a team. Um, they haven't really done much. They're not really on the map. Um, so G2 are a good team, and I can see them making it out um, relatively cleanly. They're one of the better teams in this tournament, so I'm gonna give the match to G2. Next match is Navi versus Quantum. Um, Easy one for Navi in my opinion. Navi is personally, I think they are gonna make a very deep run, not just here but in the whole major throughout. I think they have the potential to. Sorry, I think they will reach semis, and I think they have the potential to reach finals. Um, Not advising you to do it, by the way, and don't hold me responsible if you do, or make say that I'm advise. Fuck, but I did say I do advise. Okay, don't hold me liable if you lose the bet, but I put a bet on Navi to make the final of the major. I lost like odds of 7.5 or 8. So I can see Navi making it deep, and I think they will make it out of here relatively cleanly. And Quantum, not a team that I've heard of pretty much. They haven't really done much, so um, I think Navi is the clear favorite for most people. Next up, you've got Mouse Sports Avantgarde. I think similarly to the case with Navi and Quantum, sorry. Avantgarde is similar to Quantum in that no, they haven't done much. They haven't made a big impact in the scene. Mouse Sports actually, I have them as and I don't think they're as good as Navi. I think Navi is much better than Mousesports. Uh, at DreamHack Winter, Navi beat Mousesports in the final, relatively cleanly, 2-0 with like it was 16-11 and 16-7, something like that. But I think Navi is a better team than Mousesports, but I still see Mousesports making it out of the tournament as a whole, and they will win this matchup. Next up, you've got the core of Penta from the last major, so versus Space Soldiers, the Turkish team with Calix, Engine, and Zantares. I don't know. Some like I know people pronounce it Zantares, but I decided to do some weird pronunciation for some reason. I don't know why. I'm weird. But just to remind you, because I had to check that before I make this video. Um, the Sprout core is from last major is Crystal Innocent Zen, and Crystal Innocent Zen were in the core, but H just left for Optic and Sunny left for Mousesports. Um, so that's where their core is from. Um, I was actually really confused about that because I thought Penta was a German team at the last year's major. I mean last major, not last year. Well, though it technically was last year, but there were two majors last year. Um, so I think Sprout. I don't think they've played much. Let's go to HOTV again. To make sure. Sprout. I doubt they have played any lands. Recent lands. There's nothing under there. Let's see. Stats. Lands. They don't have any lands. Not with this org. Um. Anyways, so yeah, they haven't really done much. Similarly to Flipside, but even worse because they've got two players changed rather than just seized. So I'm gonna give the win. All right, I got a bit confused. I thought I'd lost the screenshot. So I'm gonna give the win here to Space Soldiers, who have a very good player in Zantares who hasn't been able to prove himself in big lands, in big matches. But from the matches that he has played, like against the small teams. He's played a lot of lands in Turkey, I guess, maybe in other places in Europe as well, like tier 3 lands and below. Um, he has a lot of them under his belt. For 2017 and 2018, he has the best land rating out of all players, because he plays with like worse players. But he has been smashing it, so this is his chance to prove himself now. They have quality players like Xantares and Calix as well. I've got a lot of good things about. So I think they'll take this matchup, and they have a decent chance to make it out of the major. I don't think Sprout will be making out of the major. They're one of the weaker teams. Next matchup is FaZe versus Liquid, and I've got FaZe. Pretty much everyone's got FaZe. FaZe is just that good. Liquid is actually a good team. So now, let me talk about Liquid a bit because I think this is actually quite a hmm what's the opposite of talked about? Well, you know what I want to say. They have a substitute, and that substitute is used for steel. Um, I actually didn't know that. Um, like about like 2 weeks until 2 weeks ago, until a week ago, I didn't really know that. So, um, Liquid are playing with Zeus instead of Steel. Zeus has been in the team for a long time. He is their coach, so he is the closest thing they have to an IGL. Now, think about this. One new player, a support player, not someone that they rely on frags too much, he's gone out for someone who can also play as a support player, but who is also an IGL. I think this is actually affecting Liquid positively. I think they that makes them stronger than if they played with Steel. No offense to Steel, Steel is a great player, but I don't know if he's an IGL. I doubt. I don't think he was an IGL Immortals. I think that was Bolt. Um, but Zeus will be more useful to the team right now. I'm not. Uh, hmm. You see, a lot of times when there is a stand-in, when the team is using a substitute, that substitute is not doesn't really play all that bad. You know, very often it happens like coaches will stand in and everyone will be having really bad expectations, but actually play decently well. So, if Zeus is able to play decently well, which I think he will be able to, and he can IGL and talk to them all the time, I think that makes Liquid a strong team. So I think Liquid will make it out of the major with a pretty strong result. But FaZe is just too good. So FaZe will take this matchup. And finally, we've got Vega versus Renegades. I think Renegades, like Misfits, is another dark horse for the tournament. Um, and I think Vega hasn't done much, so they aren't. They're not. No one has big expectations for them. I think many people actually are looking at Renegade, so they're not that much of a dark horse. Um, they are a strong team. Um, with Misfits, they are on the verge of make it into the major or making it or getting out. Ivory is going to be really close in my opinion, similarly to Envious, similarly to Space Soldiers, and not to the same extent, but similarly to Cloud9 as well to some extent. Um, I think Renegades are definitely going to be Vega. Vega are not getting out, and I think Renegades will take this match. So now, let's look at the losers first. So I think the best loser here are the best losers, I guess. Then are Liquid and Envious. I don't think the other teams are particularly strong. And so yeah, Liquid can be any. I think Liquid is the best team. I think I'd edge Liquid over Envious if they played, and I'd give a very good odds to Liquid to be any of the other teams. So that lost. So I think Liquid can redeem themselves with a win at the round two, and then it's actually quite hard to predict beyond that point because with all the variation, I'll probably get it wrong. So I think Liquid will go 1-1 by round two, which is not that bad. And considering that they're a good team, I think they have a strong chance of making it out. So let's start with the easy one first. 3-0 for FaZe. Actually, let's only write the losses. So I'm gonna write 0 losses here because I don't want to be writing out the whole thing. And I think Navi will go out with 0 losses. Case can be made for G2 as well. But I personally like Navi. And I'm a Navi fan. If that doesn't affect my judgment really, I am a fan of Navi because I see them. I saw how strong they played at DreamHack Winter. Um, but not everyone thinks that they are so strong, as strong as I think they are. So bear that in mind whenever you're making your own uh decision. So 2 teams make it out with 0 losses. 3 teams will make it out with 1 loss. I think that will be G2. I think that will be um So let's see. The teams I'm considering right now are Cloud9, Mousesports, Liquid, Renegades, Misfits. I think those teams have a chance of making out with 1 loss, so I need to pick 2 of those. Um, Liquid, I would say. I think the way Twist and Elijah playing, uh, they are very good, both of them. So I'm gonna give Liquid 1 win, and I'm going to give. This is hard. I'm just gonna say Mouse Sports, but it could be Cloud9, Misfits, or Renegades. Um, and therefore these 3 teams will be at 2 losses. Cloud9, Misfits, Renegades, which means that I have Liquid over Cloud9 right now as a better team in a certain way. I think they are a better team right now. I'd say with this lineup with a good IGO, with a solid IGO who is a proper IGO and not Tyrico K who is just a player who is taking the IGO. Um, I think that gives them a pretty solid advantage, and given how good Twist and Elysia, that's why I have them above Cloud9 right now. Liquid definitely have the chance long term with Steel to surpass them. I don't know who will be the IGL for Liquid in the future. I think it may be Nitro. That would be the most likely choice. I don't think they've talked about it that much. So, but yeah, these are my predictions. I think maybe Envy could make it out? That's a very ugly question mark. I think Envy could make it out. A case can be made for Space Soldiers. And you know what? Flipside have always made it out. Let's just say Flipside. I don't know. I mean, it's tradition that Flipside make the major all the time. Maybe it happens. Well, they did make the major because this round is part of the major, but I don't know. We'll see. Blade is good at anti-shredding, and he's done it before, so he could very well do it again. Um, but these are my predictions. I've talked at length about everything. Tell me actually, on a side note, if you like the camera, like if you need the camera in the videos. If anyone watched this video, which I doubt, like not many people watch my videos, um, put in the comments if you think the camera is necessary or not, because I don't see the point of it. But then again, everyone has a camera for some reason. It's important. I don't know. So yeah, that's my predictions for the major. Um, I can't wait. I'm really hyped for this major. It's gonna be really good. I hope you are as well. Um, I hope E-League does a good job, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye. I was just about to press this button to stop recording for some reason.